Dr. R-S.C, President Conyers, thank y'all for being here representing the great state of South Carolina and the HBCU communities. I'll say this as I think about the power of education and the importance of what is a collaborative experience. When we started the Fly-In 7 years ago, much of the priorities that we set were driven by you all. When I first started having the conversation, along with co-chair Mark Walker, we talked about what the priorities were for HBCUs. So instead of suggesting what they would be, we asked you all what they should be, and you all gave us a very good list. And as Jerron has talked about some of the accomplishments, those accomplishments were possible because of our relationship, because we were able to listen. And whether it's the year-round Pell Grants, that was the first act, or the fact that we talked about the partnerships in the private sector as well as with the federal government. The reality of it is much of the success that we've seen so far has come through the partnership. So thank you all for continuing to come back to the Hill and have a conversation with us, number one. Number two, the importance and the power of education can best be seen by those who lack the opportunity for education. I think so often we find ourselves comfortably sitting in 2023 when it may not be as comfortable as we would like it to be, but it pales in comparison to those who went before us. Thinking about the lineage of all of us, the heritage we all share, and thinking back to my grandfather who was born in 1921 in Sally, South Carolina, who was finished with his education because in Sally, South Carolina, there was no need for an educated black man at all in 1921, 1931. And so the man who had to leave school to start picking cotton to help support his family, who lived long enough to watch his grandson pick out a seat in Congress, tells me the power of education starts before it becomes formalized. It starts when hard work and expectations and desperation forges metal in the individuals within the community, and they pave a road that is unpaved. They burn a path that is hard to burn, but they do so because they understand that the value of their investment will be measured probably not even in their lifetimes. That so many people who went before us paid such a high price for us to have this opportunity that we should never take for granted the opportunity and the expectations that come with leadership. And if we don't take it for granted, then we will continue to do the things that need to be done by those who are in a position to get it done, and those folks would be us. And so as we focus on the future, I focus on education because I believe that a good education is the closest thing to magic in America. And without it, you cannot experience any part or parcel of the American dream. Without it, you can see the pipeline to prison is filled with people who look like us. But with it, the sky is not only the limit, the sky should be the expectation. It's one of the reasons why my grandmother, the matriarch of the family, spiritually without question, reminded me that Ephesians 3:20 encourages us to believe that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or imagine. My grandfather taught me the other side of the lesson, which was James 2:17, that faith without works is dead. So you can dream big dreams, but you better wake up. My grandfather said, hope is perspiration plus inspiration leads to hope. And I thank God for a family who understood the value of faith and hard work. But without access, you can work really hard, have a whole lot of faith, and not a lot of skin on the bones. I believe it is our responsibility to make sure that more people have access. And if it is to be, it is up to me. But it's up to you. It's up to us. So thank you all for continuing to participate in this process of engaging each other, sharing our experience, sharing our brain power, and expanding hope and creating opportunities where once there was none.